You're listening to littlepodcast.com.
I'm a model. You know what that means as I do my little turn on the catwalk.
What is this? Some kind of suicide sauce?
Oh, you caught it. Well, that made a big difference.
It did. I used to bite holes in aluminum cans.
That's mean.
Welcome to Born in the 80s, episode 242. I am your co-host, TJ May.
I'm your host, John Rowe.
And I'm some guy.
Yes, some guy. You're Matt. No last names, please. Anyway.
I'm going to change my name to a symbol.
That's out of context. All right, but we're ready to start.
Hey, you guys don't know that. I can't open the notes. I can't open the show notes. Not opening.
Really?
There's nothing there. It's fine.
You wrote Westworld is pretty neat, which I thought was very informative. That's good. I got a lot of stuff in here.
Yeah.
I see someone put some news in.
Yeah, I did that.
Yeah, nice. Good job.
Yeah, that wasn't me.
Hooray. Now I'm going to clickety-clack and... Oh, fuck. We got to start over.
Welcome to Born in the 80s. I'm your host, Matt Haig, joined by my co-host,
TJ May.
And your host, John Danger. Bro. Let's start for real.
I thought that was for real. I'm taking it over. I think we should split the show into two even halves.
Yeah. Let's do it. Let's have it. You got the hot half and the cool half.
Hot half and cheese?
Yeah.
Yep. Like, you half of it, and then you flip it over, and this is the cool side of the pillow.
Yeah, exactly. Welcome to the cool side of the podcast. That's where we drink.
We all just adopt different radio voices.
Yeah. And we go to the radio place and I drink some cool slow jams.
Yeah.
And we talk about being cool guys under the cool tree shade.
I can't even fake this.
We're just a bunch of cool guys. I'm drinking bourbon with some ice. You can hear the clinkety clink.
Drinking bourbon with ice.
Yes. That would be the cool side. Like the McDLT. The hot side's hot, the cold side's cold. Gotta keep it separated. The great poet's offspring once said.
Gotta keep them separated.
Hold on, I have an important news.
You have an important news. All right, that's a sentence. Go.
Not right now. I'm just putting it into the show notes.
Oh, okay.
Or is this the show?
No,
is this what we're doing?
We're in the show right now, so it's fine.
Welcome to Born.
Matt, if you start the show one more time, I swear to God I'll kill you. Welcome to Born in the 80s.
Born in the 80s.
Episode 242. I'm your host, John Rowe, joined by my extra cool co-hosts,
Matt Haig
and CJ May.
The cool guy squad's here, and we're here to cool you down.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we need that. Can we get the? Do you have the part from like Ferris Bueller's Day Off? The like. That
no,
guy?
but I need it.
Yeah, you just be like, oh.
I have something
beautiful.
Similar.
Bow, bow. Get that in there.
Here we go.
Gail is getting extremely jiggy with it.
That's correct. Thank you, Game Crazy Lady. Okay, we're done with the cool section. That it's already over. What's been going on, huh? Matt, you are just going crazy right now. Apparently we're all going to die. Matt has put the same link in twice
No!
on the document.
Hold on. We're almost there.
Matt's really having a hard time editing our live document here. I saw that. I almost put that on.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Let's talk about that first, since we're already exclaiming.
Where do I
saw
get
this
that?
too.
When do I get this?
A different country.
Screw that. Forget it. I'm done.
Yeah, right. Where is this at, Matt? Where can you get this?
Okay, let's describe what this is first.
Well,
This
it's
is
been
a
determined by the
McDonald's-
American Heart Association to kill you.
Yeah. It's, like McDonald's hamburgers where they seem just like way too healthy with all that meat and stuff in it.
Yeah.
You just take the bun, take all that other shit out, and just pump it full of Nutella.
Yeah.
And that is what is its name? I don't even know what it is.
It's called the Sweetie.
The Sweetie Con
Sweetie
Nutella.
Con Nutella. So,
So is that
Spanish-speaking countries?
That Italy. It's Italy.
Oh,
It's a dessert, but it's what is this? Is it a sweet roll? It's not telling me what the. Oh, it says the shape and buns of a regular burger. So,
Yeah.
but they might make their bread a little different because it looks a little different than what I'm used to.
yeah. It's a little bit more brioche, but it's not like it's by no means pastry bread.
Yeah, it's basically like a donut with Nutella in it. Okay, originally when I saw this, I thought it was a regular burger with Nutella inside the meat. Would that be too much?
Originally when I saw this, I thought it was an onion thing,
An onion.
like
thing.
an onion article.
Oh, like the onion.
Yeah.
Not like made of onions. Let's see
that
here.
would be ridiculous, John.
Yeah, so, I don't know, it's not that weird. It's just like a Nutella sandwich. I don't really know what's wrong with this.
Is that normal?
What, to have Nutella sandwiches?
I mean, sweet
Yeah.
sweet and savory is not not a bad combination. I mean,
No.
didn't Krispy Kreme do the burger where the donut was the bun?
Yeah, I don't think Krispy Kreme did that, but I think they partnered with a burger chain that did that, where they made Krispy Kremes as the buns. Yeah, I like sweet and savory.
Yeah.
I like kettle corn. What else are your favorite sweet and savories?
Sweet and savory. I like. Oh, I don't know if this is sweet and savory. I think it is. The popcorn that you can buy that has caramel corn mixed with cheese corn.
Yeah, I love that. Aaron in the
good
chat
stuff.
says Wendy's fries dipped in Frosties.
Yes,
Yeah,
that is
that-
absolutely
That
delicious.
is one of the greatest things that a human has ever come up with. Who is the first man, do you think, to dip fry into Frosty?
You just do it on
unknown
accident.
hero.
I mean, it's like
Oh, I accidentally took the lid off my Frosty. Oh, I accidentally poured these fries into it.
I mean, there was a time. I mean, let's go back to everyone. Let's go back to the simpler time when we talk about hot lunch and cafeterias at schools.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I once.
Oh yeah.
I once accidentally dropped a chicken nugget in my applesauce, and that created a craving that I still go back to. Chicken nuggets and applesauce is delicious.
Well, that's not too crazy when you think about it, because actually I think grilled
Pork
pork
chops and applesauce.
a lot of times have applesauce with them, so...
Yep, grilled pork with
Chicken-
applesauce.
Chicken and waffles, that's a popular
Chicken and
thing.
waffles.
And they put syrup on that, and applesauce and syrup aren't too far off.
Ham and pineapple.
Oh, yeah.
Ham and cherry.
A little pineapple on top of that.
Now, if you ever get like just a boring or a bland pizza, that's good with applesauce as well, or with banana
God.
slices.
All right.
What the fuck is wrong with
Are you
you?
just putting applesauce on top of pizza?
I did
Get
that.
outta here with
I
your
did
apple
that in
shit.
school, and it was delicious.
All right.
The cold and the hot works really well together. You know, the cool and the hot, just like this podcast.
Yeah. The cool and hot. Yeah. Well, I'm glad that we all have hashtag school lunch hacks.
Hashtag. Here's a little trick. If you get chicken noodle soup, You suck like maybe half of the broth out of it with a straw.
Yeah.
And you get some saltines and you crumple them up into powder inside the packet, and then you dump those in, like maybe 2 packs worth.
Yeah.
You mix it up, and it looks like fake vomit. Hashtag menu hacks.
Oh, thank you for that. Usually our menu hacks are things you can eat. To make things
Well, you can
tastier.
still eat it.
You could eat it. All right, I got a question to pose you guys. What was your favorite school lunch, like entree at your
Taco
school?
Day.
Taco Day for you?
Yeah.
You had that ready to go.
It was
Right
either mac and cheese or no, it was beefy nacho day. It was definitely beefy.
Oh,
nacho
I remember
day.
that. Those were awesome.
Yeah. So I had a question. When you guys went to school, how was your lunchroom set up? So I went to a really small high school, so mine's going to be very different. But like, how was your school lunch like?
In high school?
Yeah, high school.
It was just a big open space, like.
Yeah.
And then there was a little like side room where you could go get school lunch, and it had like just enough room for you to do like a single file line through there, but almost nobody used it.
Really? Everyone brought food?
Yeah. Yeah. Or you like go to China Walk for lunch if you could make it there in time.
Oh, so you had open campus lunch?
They had a lunch buffet. Well, yeah, you weren't supposed to like get in your car, but we did it anyways.
Cool. Rebel.
But like theoretically, it was totally okay to just like walk anywhere that you could within time.
Okay.
I had closed campus, so
Same here, closed campus.
You either brought your lunch, or there was. I mean, for the most part, there was just the line into the kitchen. You went ahead and got your stuff, and then we had the full cafeteria. And although, I was the first sophomore class in my high school that was actually built, because Crivets was K-12 in one building.
Oh wow!
Until they built a separate high school.
All right.
That's ridiculous.
We're talking about from K-12 at most 1,000 students.
Yeah.
So
did you have like? Did they separate the ages for lunchtime, or did everybody just like have fucking like high school age kids and like children at the same time?
They separated the ages. I mean, yeah, it was. I mean, there wasn't that much overlap at all, and plus there was plenty of room in the cafeteria. But in the new high school that they built, the cafeteria was also the auditorium, so we just called it the auditoria.
Oh, I'd have gone with cafetorium.
Yeah, cafetorium's better, but that's actually what they had posted was auditoria.
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 That sounds like a medical disorder.
Yeah, I've got auditoria.
Yes, I have auditoria.
I liked it better because there were like 4 different terraced sections. In terms of for seating, there were a bunch of things there. But then when they take out all the lunch tables, they can put regular seating there because the stage is there as well. As opposed to in the old school, the stage was actually in the gym.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kind of carved into the wall.
Yeah. My high school had a gymatorium, but we also had a real theater as well that they built on, like extra, later. So.
Yeah, we didn't have that crap.
No. Well, we didn't. I mean, I don't know. My graduating class was 70 some people, so.
Yeah, that was about mine too.
It was a pretty small school, but so yeah, we had the classic cafeteria. And you would have lunch tickets. You didn't like buy food. You had like a ticket, and you would get punches for each day of the week, and you got a new ticket every week that your parents would pay for, or you brought food. You know what I mean? So, but lunch was pretty cheap, I think, and you got a milk with it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was always like 2 options. It would be like Salisbury steak or like chicken fries.
I liked the Salisbury steak.
And mashed potatoes with both, and like carrots and peas with both. And like a dessert thing, usually. I don't know, like pudding or something. And then
a choose your own fruit cup.
Yeah, or something like that, yeah. And then a milk. And so those were the normal lunches. Those were fine. The pizza was always good. I don't know, whatever pizza they got. But like, Because you see with like these documentaries and stuff about like school lunch programs, like a lot of schools just do like delivered full built like meals. Like they just get them from some central service in town. They just bring in trays and trays of like basically TV dinner style meals.
Yeah.
Really? And I'm really happy we didn't have that when I was a kid. Like we had like a cafeteria staff that cooked big vats of soups and stuff. And
they had an actual kitchen to cook in.
Yeah, exactly. So maybe it wasn't like the best quality, but it was like made on site. So it was like at least that. And some of the stuff they had was all right. But the best day, there were two best days. The best day would be they would do stromboli, and they stopped doing that. And the stromboli they made it must have been like a classic recipe that they had, or like someone who'd worked there had, because it was like fresh made, like real stromboli out of an oven, and like it was amazing. And like so like obviously one of the people there like had a big family recipe or something that they used, and so that was always really good. And then they kind of discontinued it my senior year, probably because it cost too much to make. So but yeah, that was always a classic.
That sounds good.
I'm trying to think of the other lunches.
In grade school, we had like a McRib type of deal that came around maybe once every couple of months.
Yeah,
that people went nuts for.
Yeah, I know they had a
like
good stuffed crust
pork
pizza
thing.
Oh yeah, I know, right? Like you just like go for this like gross thing, but like I don't know, when you're a kid, it's like the best thing.
Pork rectangle.
Yeah, but like people would get super jazzed for every other Wednesday would be so twice a month they would have this, and like one of them would be salad bar day and the other one would be potato bar day. And potato bar yeah, you would get a baked potato and then you could go through all the fixins.
Oh, gotcha.
And like it was awesome. It was like basically a build your own baked potato bar with fixins. And so you get like cheese sauce with broccoli, bacon, sour cream, shredded cheese, like all this stuff on your baked potato.
Bagel bits, Nutella, chocolate pudding.
I didn't learn to like baked potatoes until I got older because I was afraid to try sour cream. I'm very sad that I waited till college to really enjoy sour cream because
it's good.
Sour cream is.
I liked the baked potatoes.
My parents buy all this like light and heart healthy food, so whenever I go there and they have like anything sour cream ish, it's this like light sour cream that's just like, what's the fucking point?
No.
Like what? It's this weird watery tasteless bullshit.
Yeah.
If you're gonna have sour cream, it's cream.
Yeah, I once bought fat-free sour cream by accident, and like
it was like predominantly
taco
fat.
night. Yeah. Oh, it's just fucking bullshit. I was like, who buys this? Like, if you're like, oh, sour cream is too unhealthy, you just go without. Like, you can't just get some replacement sour cream, or get Greek yogurt, because at least that's slightly healthier and has some of the tang that sour cream does. But the potato bar was great because I think it came with a bunch of extra sides, including a soft pretzel. I know, right? So you get a baked potato and a soft pretzel with cheese sauce that was really good cheese sauce, and the dessert was Jell-O, which was really good Jell-O. It was like a Jell-O medley, like they cut up lots of cubes into like this multicolored like Jell-O salad kind of thing.
Okay.
And then they also had like pasta salad and potato salad. So you like could just load up a tray with like all sorts of like crazy things and get that. And then the alternate
different kinds of carbs.
Yeah, and then the alternate was they would do salad bar day, and it would be instead of a potato, it was a salad, but the same rest of the stuff. And you could choose your own dressing and fixins on the salad. And I didn't eat salads until salad bar day because, like, I wanted that pretzel.
Yeah.
So I was like, fine, I'll just get the salad, I'll get dressing, whatever. And then I just started, like, getting used to tasting lettuce. And then I kind of was like, all right, I don't hate this salad. You know, like, I came here for the pretzel, but I'll eat the salad. And it kind of grew on me, so... Mm-hmm. But they had like a 7-layer salad too in there. It was like all like ridiculously good shit, and everyone always would like get in line for that one. So it'd be a long line day.
This is why until very recent education cuts, Wisconsin had some of the best school lunches in the country.
Yeah.
Like I know Appleton was definitely up there.
Yeah.
Not that I went to school up there, but
you heard through the grapevine. Through the school grapevine, who's got the good lunches?
Yeah.
Vine.
Let me think. We also had pizzaburgers.
Yeah, those are good.
So that's a burger with cheese inside it.
Although pizza burgers, now the pizza burgers we have at school, those are not real pizza burgers. Because real pizza burgers are made where it's not ground beef, it's Italian sausage.
Ah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. It's Italian sausage patty. You throw the mozzarella in the middle, and then you put marinara sauce on top of that. Throw on the bun. Oh,
yeah,
so good.
I'm sure. Yeah, we the cheeseburgers that they made were pretty good actually, because they make them in the grill in the back. I'm trying to think of other lunches that were like good. There was always a vegetarian option because they had to have one, and that was a salad, a boxed salad. That was a vegetarian option every day. But they often would have two options, which was kind of cool. But that's the way it was. And I pretty much never brought lunch because it was just like that, or you could look ahead at what the schedule was and be like, I'm going to bring lunch on this day and this day because I'm not a big fan of, this meal or this meal. But, for the most part. Ooh, chicken and dumplings sounds good. Aaron's school had. Yeah, we didn't have, I don't know. I think every school kind of had their specialty, but... I kind of feel sad for newer schools because when I went to when I worked at one of the high schools, the New Sun Prairie High School that's being built, I worked there in the summer doing IT stuff, like building their computer systems before that new school opened, and their cafeteria was going to be like a food court, like with lots of different options, and like that's not fun. Like I don't know. Part of the school experience to me was being like, shit, I forgot to pack a lunch. I got to eat the slop that they're going to give me today. And everybody had that.
Or you had
sandwiches.
You had somebody's grandma was the lunch lady who was like retired, but she took the lunch lady job because she didn't want to be bored or something.
Yeah, part-time paycheck. I'll come and work 3 hours a day making lunch. Yeah, that's kind of the way it was for us too, and like... I don't know. I missed that. Something about that experience, the lunch ladies and whatnots. Let's see here. Aaron says his stepdaughter's school lunch at their school is bad, so he just packs the lunch. I think that's kind of the way it is nowadays. Like our food we'd complain about, but it was still like at least something. Whereas I think now it's just kind of garbage.
My kid's school doesn't have a kitchen in it.
Really? It's just the auto-packed lunches?
Auto-packed lunches. They have...
Thanks, budget cuts.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
Who knows? Who knew? Well, you know what? It's probably better for us to pack lunches anyway, because those are healthier. Probably cheaper.
Yeah, especially now that pizza's a vegetable.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Hey, it's got marinara sauce,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like if it's made in-house, I think it's good. And if it's being trucked in, why bother? Ugh. I'm glad I grew up where I did and had, even though it was crappy sometimes at least. Oh, I got a lunch story, school lunch story. So we had like chicken patty day.
Yep.
And that was a really good one because you got a chicken patty sandwich. This is one everyone also got because the chicken patty came with the chicken patty sauce that I think they custom made at the school. And the chicken patty sauce was, I can't describe it other than it was like tartar sauce. But like for chicken, so like it was like tartar sauce mixed with like honey mustard, and like
so zesty, but maybe a little less pickly.
Yeah. So it was kind of sweet too. So it was kind of like maybe like Chick-fil-A sauce, like maybe that's
was it like a honey mustard, but
like honey mustard barbecue tartar sauce mix. So it was like pickle relish.
Is all the leftover sauce from the rest of the week just
basically
mixed together?
But that sauce was like fucking crack cocaine to me. I could not get enough of the sauce.
It's like getting a suicide at the soda fountain.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the suicide sauce. That's the new movie coming out. The suicide sauce.
What is this? Some kind of suicide sauce?
That is like. That's like a Mad TV parody article. Like,
Born in the 80s listeners, I did also put applesauce on the chicken patties as well.
Oh, of course.
Your mic just got real fucking loud.
Sorry, I cupped it.
Oh, you cupped it. Well, that made a big difference.
It did.
Yeah, so I don't know what it was, but the story with that is that one day a bunch of us were kind of sitting, and this kid who was kind of a kid that got picked on a lot, kind of sat near me and my friends, and there were some real douchebag kids, your typical popular kids, but they weren't really popular. They were just dicks. Because when you have 70 people in your class, like, there can't be, like, big cliques. Everyone kind of knows each other. And, by the way, this kid who is, like, the dick in this situation, also, when we were in football, we peed in his mouth guard. So, as retaliation for how much of a dick he was, like, literally everyone hated this guy. And we never told him. We washed it off in the urinal afterwards. But still,
Sounds like he might have had a rough home life, John.
Maybe, but he didn't need to take it out on us and this kid, who he dared to eat a chicken patty all in one bite. Can you imagine what happened?
Seems like a choking hazard.
He choked.
He choked and had to get a Heimlich maneuver from one of the teachers who rushed in and gave him the Heimlich maneuver, and he yarked out this fucking chicken patty that he ate in one bite and threw up. And it was just like, wow. And the funny part was, like, the kid bet him to do it. Watch him. As soon as you start choking, the kid fucking bolted. And I'm sitting there, and this guy's yarking, and he's kind of near us. And I'm like, oh, he's probably fine. He's coughing. And then I look over, and he's like, face is red, and I'm like, shit. And, like, I'm about to get up and go help him, but I'm, like, the way that our cafeteria was, is it was, like, tables with benches, and I was on one side, and he was on the other side. So I would have had to walk all the way around, and then all the way back down the aisle to where he was. We were sitting near the center, and I was like, shit. Like, and then as I get up, and I'm, like, starting to make a move, one of the teachers who was supervising the lunch, like, rushed in and did it. And I was like, oh shit. That was a scary moment for a second. But it was like, first off, who fucking bets some kid to do this? And second off, the kid obviously did it because he wanted to try and, I don't know, impress these jerks or something, like.
Well, we talked about that last week. Remember?
Yeah.
We're all idiots in middle school and high school.
Yeah, exactly. You're just
life.
an idiot. Like, when you're 15 years old, of course you're going to be like, oh, I can eat a chicken fucking sandwich in one bite, no problem. And then you just choke.
I used to bite holes in aluminum cans.
Okay.
like I would just, I would just,
why?
Take an empty soda can, and I would just bite it with my teeth and rip a hole in it. I don't know why.
Right.
I didn't bite them, but I definitely ripped apart soda cans a lot.
Yeah.
Like, you just crinkle it and then you twist it back and forth a bunch until it starts to split open.
Brett just says with applesauce.
Yeah, did you put applesauce on him before you bit him?
No.
No applesauce.
I'd basically kind of do the same thing that Matt was talking about, but basically I'd bite it, I'd have it in my mouth, like clenched in my teeth, and then just rip a bite mark hole in it.
Yeah.
I don't blame you. Aluminum tastes real good.
Actually, it does. It really does.
It doesn't. It like burns your teeth.
Yeah, it does. No, it's awesome.
It
Copper's good too.
It rips the skin in your lips, but doesn't burn your teeth.
Oh, man,
I used to always chew on my zippers. I don't know. I had like a thing for the taste of metal.
I had a friend when we were really young that liked these certain type of rolls that they would put on sandwiches. And, oh God, I have another favorite school lunch now, but, and he would always get the Italian bread because it kind of had the crumbs on the bottom, like they were kind of sharp, and crusty. Yeah. And he was like, it makes it taste better because the crusty bread rips your taste buds up so the taste can get in more. And I was like, I don't think that's how that works scientifically, but whatever you say, man.
Did he have scurvy? Was he just tasting gum blood?
I have no clue. Like 1 week a month, one Friday a month, there was soup and sandwich day. And that was a real good one because I don't know how to describe. This is like such like comfort food for me though, because like this is such a weird thing. Because like when you explain it, it sounds awful, but they would have on Soup and Sandwich Day like a sub that you would get, and I always got the sub, and the sub had bologna in it. It was bologna and mayonnaise and lettuce, and I loved it. And it's like the most gross, like boring thing, but it was good. And then the soup that they would have, where they'd have like chicken noodle, but they made a broccoli cheddar, like cream of broccoli cheddar soup that was fucking amazing. It was so like creamy and cheesy. Oh, the best soup. Like I always want that again. I think Subway's broccoli cheddar is actually pretty close as far as sandwich soups go. So I can kind of get my fix there. But anyway, Brett says Captain Crunch is good because Captain Crunch does tear your mouth apart if it's dry.
It fucking does.
If you go in dry, you never want to go in dry.
Captain Crunch is the Lego of breakfast foods.
Yeah, definitely. Anyway, any other school lunch thoughts? Ideas?
French toast sticks, they were a thing.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
we had
yeah.
breakfast for
We had
lunch
those
some
too.
days. Yeah, there would be sometimes you could get the eggs and bacon, or you could get the French toast sticks with dip and syrup. Yeah, that's good too. Classic. Did you guys have a hot lunch and a hot breakfast? Our school
We
didn't
had
serve
hot
breakfast.
We didn't
Our
usually
school-
have hot breakfast.
Yeah, our school didn't have any breakfast at all, so it was kind of on your own. But whatever. Anyway, well, we should probably move on to the topics we had planned for this week. So to move off that topic. How long have you been recording? I don't even know.
3 hours.
3 hours? All right.
Four
Well,
hours.
our first 45-minute segment is up.
That is our school lunch update.
All right, TJ.
Yes.
Let's talk about Pokemon since Adam's not here.
Okay.
A new
Got
Pocket
it.
Monsters
Hold on.
game.
Hold on.
Adam's...
Boo-doo-doo. I wanna be a very... Okay. Yeah. I expected more people at my midnight launch. We didn't have a lot of people last night.
Okay.
We had about 40 people to pick up 68 copies of the game. Those are estimates because I don't count.
Okay.
'Cause
It
that's
seems
laziness.
like a good idea not to count.
Yeah. But no, Pokemon is getting a ridiculous good amount of sales because I know first printing a Nintendo and Pokemon company decided to do 10 million copies of this game. They're expecting
wow.
this to be one of the best-selling games of the year.
Yeah.
Which obviously it's Pokemon, but with everyone's reinterest in the series, especially with Pokemon Go from back in June, even if no one plays it anymore, the interest is there, and it's the people 18 to 35 that are eating this up, not just the kids anymore.
Yeah. It is kind of interesting. I know a lot of people still play Pokemon Go too, which I think is weird.
Mm-hmm.
Whatevs. I don't know. Right? Like,
I deleted Pokemon Go a couple days ago.
I turned it on,
Yeah.
and then I found out that they had made it so you can't use it at all above speeds of whatchamacallit.
20 miles an hour, something like that.
Yeah, so like I on the train ride home from Chicago was like, man, maybe I'll pop this on. We'll be moving, I can see what I can do, maybe get that. And then it was like, you cannot play because you're moving. You're not allowed to play and drive. And I was like, fuck this. Like, I'm on a train. God damn it. Like,
I'm on a boat.
yeah, what if you're on a boat? What if you're on a boat catching water Pokemon? What are you to do?
But yeah, so I mean, I know we've talked about Sun and Moon, as throughout the or at least since I've been on the podcast. Biggest thing, no gyms in this game.
Yeah, there's
At
no
all.
gyms. Everyone's fat.
No gyms. Everyone's fat. Everyone's fat.
No place to work out.
Not everyone. But a lot of throwbacks to the old games, including an older main character from the first game and his rival. They both show
Okay.
up in the game. They're I think they've come to the islands to set up an actual league.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep everything spoiler free because I didn't pick up my copy yet. I'll probably pick it up tomorrow or next week.
I'm getting it tomorrow. I ordered it on
Nice.
Amazon because Amazon has their 20% off for Prime,
Mm-hmm.
and they offered free next day delivery. So I was like, all right, I'll order it now for $32 and I'll have it tomorrow.
It's awesome.
I know, it was awesome. So
Yep.
I'm excited because I like these games. And
Which version are you doing?
I did Sun.
So am I.
Yeah, the thing with Moon is that they said the clock has shifted 12 hours.
Yes.
I don't want that.
I don't know how that exactly works. I mean, everyone's telling me it's just a straight 12-hour shift, but
Yeah.
I don't know if it's 12 hours of real time or if they're doing a different day-night cycle that's not aligned with real time.
Yeah. I think that's a problem I have with some of the Pokemon game mechanics is the day-night cycles, because I'm an adult, so, like, from the morning all the way till 5 every day, I can't play the game.
Yeah.
So I can play for a couple hours before it gets dark in the game, and then it's dark the rest of the time I'm playing.
Mm-hmm. Well, in Sun, that would be the thing. Moon, you'd be better. You'd actually get daytime Pokemon.
Yeah. But, like, with the way my schedule is, but, like, it'll be 5 in the morning, like, when I get home then. I don't know. Then I would never get nighttime Pokemon.
Yeah.
It's just a catch-22, man.
But Moon, turns out, I mean, still staying away from the spoilers, Moon has the Alolan form Pokemon I kind of wanted.
Okay.
So we talked about the Vulpix and Ninetales being Ice and Fairy, and the Sandshrew being Ice and Steel.
Yeah.
I want the Sandshrew, but that's in
Yeah.
Moon, and Vulpix is in the Sun
I like
version.
the Ice Vulpix, though. That looks really cool.
I mean, I like the Ice Shrew and the Ice Slash, but but the thing is with that is it's got 4 times weaknesses because Ice and Steel are 4 times weak to fighting and fire.
So it sounds pretty bad. They got a big opening.
I don't care. I just want them.
Yeah, they look cool. And you're collecting them. I think one of the cool things the game has is some quality of life stuff. Like, you don't have to memorize the weakness tables now.
Yep.
It just tells you whether or not attack is going to be good. So you're like, okay, like I don't have to like remember. Is this going to be? I think this is super effective. And then, oh yeah, it is. Like, or oh shit, it's not. Fuck. Like I was thinking wrong.
The daycare's different now.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, the in-game daycare is just a nursery. That's all it is for is breeding. Your
Okay.
Pokemon don't level up there
That sounds terrible.
because there's a separate level up island in the Poke Archipelago or
Just
however
think
that's
about
pronounced.
this. The
Pokepelago.
daycare is for breeding only.
Yeah, because
That sounds
there's
awful.
there's a level up island that can level up. I want to say up to 20 Pokemon at once,
Yeah.
which is better than the daycare.
And they still have the XP share that you can turn on and off that they added in X, which is awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, they made the game better and better. And I don't know, for $32, like, I have to throw down. I've loved these games. They're always really interesting and fun. So
And one last thing I really want to throw out before, probably moving on from here. Even though, it is the same experience on both the older model 3DSs and the new model 3DS.
yeah.
If you're playing any battle that involves multiple Pokemon, so like a double battle,
Yeah.
or any sort of horde encounter or whatnot, you will.
Well, the daycare, there's a lot of double and triple ways.
Yeah. You will notice slowdown. There's going to be a little bit of slowdown on the old model 3DSs. The new 3DSs have the hardware to actually run it without any slowdown.
Bullshit! I don't have a new one yet.
Neither do I.
They're actually pretty cheap, though. I was looking at Black Friday. They were going to have some on sale for $99.
Those are the standard size ones, not the XLs.
I know. I need the XL, and I have the XL.
Once I went big screen, I can't go back.
Yeah, you
I
can't
really
go away
can't.
from that. Aw, man.
I look at my
Matt,
daughter's purple 3DS, and I just can't. I can't play on it. I really can't anymore.
What are your thoughts on 3DSs? You don't want the Nintendo in your life?
Matt,
I think we caught Matt sleeping because he was off doing something.
I
were talking
didn't realize you were talking to me.
I said,
Okay.
Matt, what's your thought? You never got yourself a 3DS?
No. Yeah, I don't know. With mobile gaming, I'm just playing on my phone, so like,
Yeah.
I never really saw the appeal of getting like, even back to the Game Boy Advance days. I just never got mobile stuff. The last mobile Nintendo thing I got was a Game Boy Pocket.
Okay. Wow, those are terrible.
What? Really? No.
They are.
No.
Wait, you're talking about the tiny
Compared to
Game
the-
Boy or the SP?
No, he's talking about the Game Boy Pocket. It
Like
was
the
this-
really micro? Oh no, I'm
It's-
talking about the
no.
micro.
You're thinking
No,
of the micro.
The
He's
Pocket
talking-
was just like the right after the brick, like
It was
I
the
got
Game-
it.
first iteration where they slimmed it down.
Yeah,
and made it gray background instead of green.
got it. Yeah. And it's still shitty.
It was. There was no backlight on the
Well, it didn't
screen.
have the color or had that because I had. Let's just go through my handhelds. I had the Game Boy Color.
Yep.
Then I got the Game Boy Advance.
Yep.
And then I went from the Advance to. Actually, that was kind of where I stopped because I didn't get the gray brick DS at all.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't get the other one either, the SP, even though that was a really slick piece of equipment.
I still have my SP.
Yeah, I heard those are good because that has the built-in backlight.
Yes, but apparently there are some that are better than others because some of them are straight backlight and some of them are technically side lit.
Oh, the edge lit or whatever.
I have the edge lit one, but still, it
still
does
works?
its job. Yeah.
Well, that's cool. Like, I don't know.
I also have almost every version of playing the portable systems on your TV.
Oh, really? So you do have the
Oh.
GameCube one.
You have the Super Game Boy?
I have the Super Game Boy.
Yeah, I have one of
the
those.
Game
Oh,
Boy.
I loved that.
I have the Game Boy Player. That's the one that attached to the GameCube.
Now, the Game Boy Player is actually really interesting because you can find a Game Boy Player on like Amazon used for super cheap, but you
But
won't
you
be able
can't
to use it.
play it without the disc.
And nobody has the disc.
I still have mine.
Apparently, everybody threw their fucking disc away because it was an attachment you put on, but you had to have the disc in it for it to run.
Yep.
Which was such bullshit.
I mean, the disc just puts a little bit of software in the RAM, and then
I know.
it runs
they couldn't
without
have just
spinning
had
the disc
that
after
on
that.
the actual add-on. Like,
You would think.
fucking
Just-
bullshit.
It's just the way the GameCube worked. I own 4 transfer packs for the N64.
Okay.
That's
I have 0.
that's the Game Boy cartridges for your N64.
That was
Use
that
it
was
for
that was a Pokemon Stadium.
Pokemon Stadium, Stadium 2, Perfect Dark, and Mario Tennis. Might be a couple other games, but those are the ones I remember.
Yeah.
I actually brought my transfer packs because we had an N64 at my store. We did Pokemon Stadium 2 at my Pokemon launch.
Huh.
That was fun.
Yeah, I don't know, cause like I kind of want to get like I don't know if I could upgrade to a 3DS, a new one, for not too much. I don't know. How much is that going to set me back, TJ?
200
Let's
new. All right, 200 new without a charger because all the new ones don't come with a charger.
Well, I already got a charger, so I'm good.
Mm-hmm. If you go pre-owned, which comes with a bunch of accessories and a charger, it's $180.
But I mean, like, do you know what GameStop's Black Friday deal is going to be?
The ad's public. It's online. It's not. There's nothing in there for that.
I was about to say I'm looking through Black Friday deals, and I haven't really seen any Nintendo stuff.
Now, last year, the new 3DSs were on sale for a while. I want to say
Yeah.
$30 off. I want to say they're $169.99.
Yeah, Target's got
But-
the only 3DS deal, and it's the new 3DS, the small one. But it's the awesome one, which is the Super Mario edition with the cool backplate and the
We're
colored buttons.
We're gonna have that one too.
Yeah,
we're-
for $99 here. I don't know if they have it somewhere else. That
Yes.
looks pretty neat. But yeah, I need the XL. Like, I need the screen.
GameStop's having the black and the white one of the Mario one
Okay,
for
yeah,
$99.99.
That's a good deal. If you
It
want
is.
a 3DS. Honestly though, you want one of them. You can get a 2DS for.
For $79.99. Yeah.
Yeah, you can get one for nothing, and that's kind of all you need.
It's got better triggers but smaller buttons, and the screen sizes are same as the standard size 3DS.
But I mean,
But-
like if you're in a pinch, and you want to play
Yeah.
some of these cool games, that's a pretty cheap way of going about it.
But if you go new 3DS, that means you can also do Super Nintendo Virtual Console, and I really want Pilot Wings Portable. So,
all right, we got to talk about the Virtual Console for a minute.
Yes, I know.
I kind of stopped buying stuff on it because I'm really worried that I'm going to have to buy it again.
And I'm worried about that with Switch too. I'm really worried about that with the Switch
because I'm not buying these, and like some of them are cheap, like getting, Game Boy games on my 3DS for $5, whatever. That's nothing. Like
I bought Blaster Master on my Wii U for $1.
Yeah, like some of those are cheap. It's whatever. But like, I got Earthbound for $10.
Yep.
On my Wii U, and I love it.
I
want that on the Switch. Like, I don't want to pay again for that. I paid you fucking $10 for this, which is too much for a ROM, which for them was free to put on there. It's just kind of like, come on, like seriously, meet me halfway here. I think it was $7.99 for Super Nintendo, but still $8.
Earthbound was $10 though.
Okay. Yeah, but I was like, how can I not buy Earthbound? I love that game, and I played, a good 2.5, 3 hours of it, and I loved it. But it's like,
yeah,
I had this argument with like people. It's like, Nintendo, if you want to fight piracy, you've got to make it easy. And right now, you're making it just you're making piracy just better because you have it on more portable platforms. You can move it anywhere. You don't have to rebuy it multiple times. You can just use it. So, I don't know. Hopefully the Switch is going to use the Nintendo account to link.
That's what was nice with PS1 classics you bought on PS3.
They work.
You can re-download on your PSP and your Vita and have it everywhere you're at.
Yeah,
you're at.
If you buy it once, you can use it everywhere. That's what it should be.
But you can't buy Earthbound. You can't buy Earthbound on your Wii U and then get it on your 3DS, even though it's available there.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. It's a get your shit together, Nintendo. Like, you're literally like, I want to give you all the money, and you're just like, pushing me away. You know what I mean? Like, come on.
It's kind of the reason I don't even want to buy Pilot Wings. I still have my Super Nintendo copy.
Yeah. I mean, I have. Have you played the Nintendo
Classic? No, I don't have one.
Okay, no, but I mean, did you play the 3DS Pilot Wings game?
No, I didn't.
That's actually a really fun little game.
I heard it's good, and it's actually cheap now.
Yeah, I bought it on Amazon. I bought the disc for like $10 or something. Because I think they must have printed a lot of them. Pilot Wings
think
Resort.
So. Yeah. How much is that at work?
$12 new.
It must be. It's less than $5 at GameStop now.
Yeah, I was about to say it's really neat because it's kind of like it uses the Wii Sports Resort Island.
Yeah, it's Woohoo Island.
You do little Wahoo Island, right?
Or whatever.
Woohoo Island.
Woohoo. Yep.
But you do little Pilot Wings things, and it's actually kind of fun to fly around in 3D, and 3D looks pretty cool. I was like, for the $10 I bought it for, I was like, that's a pretty good deal. That's fun. Nintendo's got some cool games on the 3DS. It's probably one of the best consoles they've put out in like a long time. To me, like it's good.
And the first 2 years, it was crappy sales.
Yeah,
everyone's like, the 3D's a gimmick. They should just quit, and they should just only make home consoles.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the kind of argument I was having for Wii U, and Wii U just never came back like the 3DS did.
Yeah.
Although Pokemon,
Yeah. I mean, they put Ocarina of Time out on it. It's just okay.
I started playing that again.
I just want to say this. I'm going to say triple and quadruple fuck you to 8-Bit Madness on Amazon here, selling a copy of Star Fox 64 3D for $92.99. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, you can go on your 3DS in the eShop and buy that for $30. Like, you don't need the disc anymore. Like, the only reason I buy discs now is when they're cheaper than the digital copy, which happens a lot. Like, it's like, Jesus Christ. Like, I don't know. People, come on. I don't know. But the 3DS has been one of my favorite consoles I've had. Like, it's just such a great deal.
So,
Yep.
I don't want to leave Matt out of this too long, but
Yep.
Aaron kind of mentioned this.
Oh no,
and
I'm just spacing out on cold medicine, so I'm good. I'm good here.
But,
whoa! Well, what was that? There's Star Fox.
Yeah, sorry. I was looking up the eShop price, and it pulled up sound on the website because I just wanted to see how much it was. Anyway.
Yeah, it's just they need to get it together because, like, I know a lot of people that bought stuff for the Wii were like, when the Wii U came out, they were like, "Really, my Virtual Console stuff doesn't like transfer over?" Like, come on. And some of it did through the Wii channel, but that is really kind of weird and slow and not really elegant way of doing it. And like,
yeah.
It was just like, seriously, just give me an account. And now they've done that with a Nintendo account, like, that you can get, you know, and just give me an account, share all my stuff, and, you know, everything's fine. Like, just centralize. How hard is it to do this in this world? You know, like, as a games company, have an account. And I think they've done that, hopefully. So, yeah. Like Aaron says, why won't you let us love you, Nintendo? Like, I want to love you, but you keep making dumb decisions.
I want you to want me.
Okay, we got to talk about the news then, since we're already on here.
Switch. The Switch show.
Cheap as shit.
Cheap as. I'm gonna buy 7 of them and sell them all on
AF.
eBay.
I will. Okay, I'm still not 100% convinced on these prices.
Okay.
But
Yeah, this is still rumor at this point. So it was supposedly leaked that it would be what, 199 pounds, and also they're just straight up making that $199 in America. Which
and then
is
a bundle
insane that that's like the conversion rate now.
and a bundle with a game at 249 pounds. But
Yeah, and that has a bigger hard drive, doesn't it?
we don't know yet. We don't know yet. I'm worried about that.
Yeah.
If it does end up being this prices, I'm worried about battery life. I really am. Oh, I'm so. I mean, if it really ends up this cheap, I'm super worried about battery life. I think something's going to be weird with it.
Don't worry, they'll have external battery attachments.
Yeah.
Just like with all the Game Boys and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
these giant ass battery bricks.
I want to mention that the NES Classic Edition is still absolutely overpriced.
Yeah.
$229 on Amazon right now for a copy. You could
I
trade
love
yours
that
in.
if you search for the NES Classic on Amazon, the second most popular item after the system itself is an extension cord for the controller.
Yeah, which is...
Yep.
Why did they make was it 3-foot cable? Like
2.5 feet. It's 30 inches.
Jesus Christ. It's a short cable. And then it's... But you can sell yours to Nintendo, trade it into Amazon for $90. So if you go to a store, buy it for $60, you can trade it and make some money. That's what you should do.
For $90, that's cheap. When I was looking, it was showing like $250.
Oh, no. I'm saying you
for,
can trade it in, and Amazon will give you $90.
Oh.
Yeah. So, you know, if you can find one in a store, go on Amazon, sell it, make $30. You know, buy 2 at the store and sell one at there and get for $30. Anyway, crazy. Don't buy one. I think multiple outlets and Nintendo has even said, like, we're going to have many, many more before the holidays.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, that we've really
like
ramped up manufacturing. I know people were, like, saying, like, Walmart's due to get hundreds and hundreds per store, like, in the next couple weeks. So
I don't know when I'm getting more. I
Yeah.
still don't know. It's been a week. But just hold. Just hold. Be steadfast. Don't give in to scalpers. Let them die in their own pool of misery and blood.
Yeah. It's
Because-
terrible. What a terrible thing to do. Like, people...
Although, you know, it is capitalism. It's kind of life. It's just...
Well, eBay is the worst, though, because eBay is the fucking drop
Yeah.
shipping bullshit.
Yep.
Like I didn't learn about that until I listened to I forget, it was an NPR podcast where they talked about drop
Planet
shipping.
Money, I think.
Yeah, I think we should explain what drop shipping is if people haven't heard that. You should check out the episode.
Talked about this.
I don't know if we talked about it in detail on how. Okay, fine.
We did. We did.
Okay. But drop, just to reference in case you hadn't heard that episode. But drop shipping is literally you set up an eBay account, put something up on eBay for like a price. Like let's say you put this toy, a Nintendo. I don't know, maybe not the system because you can't even get it on Amazon, but like a Nintendo game on for Pilot Wings, let's say for $20 on eBay. Pilot Wings Resort, and somebody buys it on eBay, and you have it automatically set up to buy it for you from Amazon and set the shipping to their address. So literally, you buy it for $12 on Amazon, get paid $20 from that person, and Amazon automatically uses your free Prime shipping to send it to their address, and you pocket the $8. And like people make a living off of this because you can buy software that automates this on your computer.
And the worst part is that then it arrives in an Amazon Prime box.
Yeah.
And the purchaser looks it up and sees how much cheaper it is on Amazon, returns it, and buys it there.
Yes.
And the original seller, not the drop shipper, original seller has to eat the shipping costs.
Correct. It's actually the most insane, it's like a scam, basically, and it's crazy that...
Yeah.
But there's no way they can fix it, because, you can't stop people from buying stuff and shipping it to another address, Like, if it's a gift, it's a gift. Like, you have to allow for that. It's just... We just need to let people know to fucking check Amazon first before you buy it somewhere else online. Because if Amazon's got it cheaper... likely when you're buying it, they're buying it from Amazon to send to you. You're just adding a middleman to your process. So, yeah, unless you're buying some weird antiques or auctions of baseball cards or something weird, don't buy it on eBay.
Middleman is one of the worst Dr. Wily's robots.
Yeah, a fucking middleman. His power is terrible. You can't beat any of the other bosses with him. Mega Man 2, first boss. TJ, go.
I'm a Mega Man 3 guy. I don't know first boss.
You don't know Mega Man 2?
Is it Quickman? Do you do Quickman first?
No.
I don't know.
I know that people
I'm
argue
a Mega Man X guy where they are all animal themed.
Yeah, it's Chill Penguin, and then you do Storm Eagle, and then you do Flame Mammoth, and then
Flame Mammoth.
Who's after Flame Mammoth?
So awesome. Oh, I don't remember.
Oh,
okay.
Crap.
We all know the correct play order is Metal Man, Bubble Man, Flash Man, Wood Man, Air Man, Quick Man, Crash Man, then Heat Man. Come on. Come on, folks. We know the order.
I don't.
Well, I do.
I don't think I ever beat 2 or 3 all the way through, so.
Mm-hmm. But you can kind of start wherever you want. There's a couple of them that are pretty easy to beat right away.
And once you do Metal Man, technically his thing can destroy everyone.
Yeah, so, but, yeah, I never really played a lot of Mega Man 2, though. I had a cousin that was way into it. So I would watch them play and then just be terrible at it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. Fuck. Yeah, we're talking about Cheerwine, is what Brett says, for the drop shipping.
Yep.
People just buying at their local Kroger's and selling it to you for $30.
Kroger, you mean Big K?
What is Big K?
We talked about that 2 weeks ago.
You mean Ben Franklin's?
Oh my God, Ben Franklin's.
Wait, hold. I'm getting word from the Home Office that there's breaking news. Daenerys Targaryen is going to be in the Han Solo standalone Star Wars movie in some unspecified role.
Oh, good. Unspecified role.
So she's going to play actually as Daenerys then, right?
Hopefully. I mean, there's some sort of wedding. I think it's red, and
I want to say this. Man. I kind of agree with the newest season of South Park. I think
the
member berries are are too hard. You know? Like, I don't... Force Awakens wasn't very good.
I just watched it this week.
It was alright.
Really?
That's it.
I mean, watched it, yeah.
No.
It's okay. Like, I think the nostalgia just didn't do it for me. Like, the movie itself was...
Kylo Ren is a dumb villain. They didn't do anything with Captain Phasma.
Yeah. It just... I think someone... They put it back... What did they say in South Park? They said it was more of a Happy Days reunion special than another Star Wars movie.
It's more of a hype film than anything else.
Yeah, it just... I mean, maybe when you have the full 3-movie trilogy together, they'll fit together. But I think as a standalone movie, it was just kind of like... There were some cool parts, but... I don't know. I didn't walk away from it thinking it was like, oh my god, it was amazing. I thought it was cool. I don't know. Like, with hindsight, it's kind of...
we're firmly in the anti-jerk phase of Star Wars now.
Well, I think part of it is
it becomes popular enough that there's a circle jerk around it, and then inevitably it becomes so circle jerky that there's an anti-jerk.
Yeah, it's the circle jerk.
It's
like
the
backlash.
circle jerk of life.
It's the backlash that always happens. But I mean, honestly, I don't know. When I think about it, it's kind of like I don't know. When I actually watched it the first time, I remember being kind of like until the very end when they started having the lightsaber battle in the woods, and I was like, that's awesome. Like, this is awesome. Like, 2 people fighting, like, the Sith guy who's cutting up people, and, like, the fucking world's exploding underneath them. Like, that shit was awesome. But, like, I don't know. Like, I liked the people in it. Like, I think that's the problem I have with it, is that everybody in that movie was likable. But I think that the movie just felt like it didn't do enough, you know? Like... It felt superficial in a way, you know.
I hope they get into why the heck Kylo wears the dumb mask.
Yeah,
there's no reason for him to wear a mask.
Yeah, he's not like Darth Vader. Well, I think part of it is that he like idolizes Darth Vader, and so he's like trying to. But I mean, they didn't really get into that too much. You know, he has Darth Vader's mask as like a prize.
Yeah,
you know,
and like when he drops it on the bridge. That mask is heavy as shit.
Yeah, I mean, I
love
works
Kylo into
Ren
his whole like sort of samurai like pain makes me focus kind of thing. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Kind of like a hair shirt in that way.
Yeah.
So I think that's where they're gonna go with that. Yeah.
But that's kind of like the the newest season of South Park has been spectacular. Because it's kind of dealing with the election.
I need to watch that. I haven't seen any of that.
It's so good because it's dealing with the election. It's kind of like. I guess they made up a thing called member berries, which are like little grapes that like are like, remember the Star Wars? Remember Bespin? Bespin was great. Remember Chewbacca? I love Chewbacca. Like, and then people are like, oh yeah, I love all that stuff, and they just eat the berries and kind of disengage. And it's kind of like I don't know what the remake and like reboot culture has kind of done a little bit. And it's like, remember how awesome the Flash was? Let's make a Flash TV show. Oh, remember how awesome this character was? Let's make a show. And it's like, yeah, I guess, you know, like I don't know, like, and the member bears of course start saying stuff like, remember when you felt safe? Remember when there weren't so many Mexicans living in here? You know, like, and it's like, and that's what the election was about. It was like, I'm going to remember America of the past and not America of the future. You know, I want a world in which I can feel safe. You know, and things are back like the way I was when I was a kid. You know, and that's kind of, I don't know. Well, like, I hate reboots.
I think it's John Hodgman who says that like nostalgia is the most dangerous drug.
Yeah, for sure. Which is why I'm like super excited for Rogue One because that's like kind of a new story. New. Yeah. Like it's not continuing on with some of the same characters. It's like here's like a fucking awesome like infiltration like story and like I don't know. It just seems like they could do some cool stuff with it. You know, like. Matt, you want to hear about the Ben Franklin Company?
Yeah, I would love to.
Okay, this is great story.
Wait, hold on. Go ahead.
Ben Franklin's a chain of five and dime arts and crafts stores found in small towns throughout the United States. Currently owned by Promotions Unlimited of Mount Pleasant, Wisconsin. They're organized using a franchise system with individual stores owned by independent proprietors. It was perhaps the first retail franchise. Starting in 1927.
I'm going to interrupt you for 1 second. Just to tell you that when you read over that music and that voice, it immediately transforms it from like dirty porno narration to How It's Made episode.
Yeah, exactly. Dude.
Yeah.
Can I tell you a little thing? I have been watching How It's Made episodes on YouTube for the past week religiously.
Really?
I fucking love that show.
I love How It's Made.
Oh, God. I love watching
so
things get
relaxing.
made. Yeah, and the guy or the girl, you know, depending on which one, or the British guy, because I guess they did different like franchises of it in different countries. Because there's a Canadian lady, an American guy, like an Australian guy, and a British guy. They all have good voices, though. You know, maybe I could do that.
Yeah, dude. Oh, here's an idea.
Okay.
And you're going to have to do this before the podcast comes out.
Okay.
Do a How It's Made parody of the Westworld intro.
Okay. Yeah. Here we see the goop going all over the dudes. Goop dudes. That was the original name for the show before they thought, we should probably name it something more interesting than that. No, okay. Ben Franklin originated in Boston. This is crazy, because this fucking Ben Franklin store in my fucking hometown of 2,000 people, I was like, this is bullshit. It's like some off-brand ass Walmart that doesn't have anything. Originated in Boston in 1877 as Butler Brothers, a mail-order wholesaler selling general and variety store items. At the turn of the 20th century, they had over 100,000 customers in the U.S., and then the company founded the Ben Franklin chain, which was its like storefront stores, you know, because they did a lot of mail order, and they're like, we got to make a storefront. And the Ben Franklin was a penny saved is a penny earned. Ben Franklin said. So that's our thing. Okay, you want to know some fucking crazy, right? Sam Walton, the founder of Walmart, worked at a Ben Franklin's before he started his own chain of stores. So, let's see here. Michael J. Dupy converted a Ben Franklin franchise in his local town into the store Michael's, which is a nationwide chain now. Like, Ben Franklin is like the pre-Walmart. Yeah, it started as a Ben Franklin's chain, and then they was like, you know what? I'm going to buy this franchise store and call it Michael's. And make a chain. So, like, Ben Franklin, like, spawned Walmart, spawned Michael's.
And it seemed like it could have been, like, when it was in its mail order days, it was on track to be a Sears and Roebuck. Yeah. It's insane.
Let's see here. So, yeah, a bunch of... they had some bankruptcy issues in the early 90s, but then they closed some of the stores, and then they actually, like... weren't able to deliver to the franchisees, so I think that they just like cut ties and allowed the franchisees to work independently. And then Promotions Unlimited bought them in the late 90s, and then now is the one that does that. But it's kind of crazy to think that when it was at its height, like the Ben Franklins had like thousands and thousands of chain like stores in the country, and now it says they're closer to about 209 craft stores and 123 variety stores. So, yeah.
And the place that I bought Warheads in the mid-90s was a chain that started in the 1800s.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
That's insane.
That's kind of cool, though. It makes me want to go to a Ben Franklin's and buy some, like, random stuff just to be, like, support them.
Yeah. Get
like,
some, like,
good for you. Yeah, get some craft stuff, you know?
Candy.
Yeah. Oh, Aaron says his go-to-sleep show is How It's Made.
How It's Made.
But then how do you don't remember how it was made? Like, how did they make those?
It's only half made. And you dream about these half-made products going to...
It seems dangerous. So to segue back to the Nintendo Switch, I've heard $250 was the price. The US dollars price.
There's 2 price points.
Yeah. Oh,
So,
okay. Got it.
One with
Got
game,
it.
one without.
Yeah. I think, okay, some of the exciting stuff they said was, so far, rumor is Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild's not going to come out for it at the release. Let's say that's probably true. I guess the person who broke that, someone who has, like, contact that has been right a lot with some of these Nintendo things, so
Yeah.
that makes sense. I mean, they never did say it was going to be out for the launch. I think they just said 2017.
That same source also said supposedly a more stable frame rate on the Switch too.
But it sounds like the Switch is going to ship with a Mario like platformer, which is awesome, as like a launch game, and then possibly the Splatoon, like a new version of Splatoon.
I think it's like a championship edition. It's just with some enhanced features.
Yeah, that's fine. I never bought it.
Yep.
I don't plan on buying it for the Wii U because I'm like, you know what? I'm going to wait.
It's fun. I've not played it enough to justify buying it, but
I know a lot of people have said it's really good. So I'm looking forward to checking that out when I get a chance, like, to buy the new version when it comes out. So, but Matt, sorry to cut you off. What do you thought about the Han Solo standalone movie? What are your thoughts? Are you excited?
I'm really excited about the cast.
The cast, but that's the same. I don't know. I'm just worried that's the same thing that we thought about The Force Awakens. Like, I love the cast, but is the story going to be good?
Loved and still love The Force Awakens. You can't infect me with your anti-jerk.
But
I'm in full like I'm under the full control of the member berries, and I'm okay with that.
I enjoyed The Force Awakens, but I'm not like.
I'm saying I enjoyed it too, but I think it was
I'm not
just
obsessed
okay.
with it. Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I think.
Well, yeah, it's like, it's not like when I was fucking like 8 and saw A New Hope for the first time.
Yeah, see,
but,
you're chasing the dragon. Each hit's not going to be as good, man.
It's not going to be. But you know what? There's nothing else. There's just a big empty void of space out there, and Donald Trump is king of it, and we're all fucked. So let's just watch some goddamn Star Wars.
You know what? I'll say this. I like the casting. Donald Glover as Lando is inspired.
It's,
you know what I mean?
It's fucking amazing. Yeah.
And
Alden Ehrenreich. I haven't seen him in anything, but I saw clips on YouTube after he was cast, and he's very good at like sort of the dry kind of like Han Solo-y humor.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he'll get the character very well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I hope so. Like, I don't know. Like, I read a bunch of. Okay, so just one final Force Awakens thing. Because like, I found this guy online. I don't know if you've read any of his stuff. I forget who he writes for. birthmoviesdeath.com.
I've heard of it.
Yes, he is the Film Crit Hulk. And he writes in all caps like the Hulk, right? But he writes kind of in third person. He's got a weird style, right? But he wrote probably 20,000 words about this movie and about why he didn't like it.
Okay, John, I'm going to give you a little secret here.
Yeah.
If you like something, don't read about it. If you read about it enough, eventually you'll start to hate it.
You want to put yourself in an echo chamber about how good Star Wars movies are.
Yeah, because that has so many consequences on whether I enjoy The Force Awakens or not is so important to the rest of the world. I don't know.
I like to think about things critically, so I like to hear that. But I mean, his article is just incredible. It's really more about how much he dislikes J.J. Abrams as a director, of how he makes all the safest choices and that. And he said he loves all the actors and they all do a really good job, but the movie just doesn't. And I agree with him. The problem I have with the movie is it just doesn't stop to let you breathe, to let have characters have conversations. It's literally just one. It's just one race to the very end. You know, like there's no time to set any exposition in. It all kind of happens. It gets yelled at people basically. There's no like.
Did you also hate Fury Road?
I loved Fury Road. But Fury Road's great because there's zero exposition. They don't explain anything that's happening. You're just like, there's some fucking crazy shit going on here. And, you know, you finally get some exposition once their fucking truck runs out of gas or whatever. And they have to talk for a minute, you know, because the people... That movie is one of the best movies I've seen in a long time. And I bought it on Blu-ray recently because... I can't remember why. We were just talking about it, and I was like, this is a movie I need to own, like Fury Road, because...
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good.
That would be a really good movie to watch in my VR big screen thing.
Yeah, it would be.
And it puts you in like this artificial living room, and you have this...
so you can forget that you live in a hellhole.
Yeah.
No, I agree. I'm the same way.
But I don't have a movie theater in my apartment, so
that sounds awesome.
I never really felt the need to get Fury Road.
That does sound fun
in
though.
The theater, because I was like, I don't want to just watch it on my computer monitor.
Oh yeah.
But
yeah. So I ended up missing that in its initial run in the theaters, I think, because I was being a douchebag. And being kind of like, man, I don't know. Like, I just don't know. And then I saw
Too many
it.
people like this. I'm sure.
Exactly. I fully admit I was being an idiot about that. And then I saw it because it was on HBO Go, and Lauren and I watched it, and my jaw was like dropped and grin ear to ear the entire time. And I was just like, that was one of the best movies I've seen. Like... in a long time. Like, it just front to end, it was just a joyride. And just so amazing. Like, it's shot so gorgeous and, like, so much cool shit in it. And then, like, we got to see it because they brought it back to the big screen for a little bit. And so we went and saw it there, and it was awesome. So, oh, what a good movie. I'm not saying that the new Star Wars movie was bad. I'm just saying it was... a lot.
It was.
I realized I don't.
I hoped it would be.
I realized what happened was with that is I really don't like J.J. Abrams as a director. I really didn't like.
Oh really?
No, I really didn't like. What is it? He didn't do. It was
Super 8.
Super 8. I was gonna say 8mm. He did not do that movie. No, Super 8. Yeah, I didn't really like Super 8. It was kind of like Goonies,
really?
but bad. Yeah.
I love that movie.
Oh, I hated it.
I think we just have very opposite taste in some movies.
I guess. Well, I didn't like it because the ending... I mean, the movie it turned... Like, whereas I like Stranger Things, which kind of goes for the same vibe, but it's a little different.
Yeah.
Like, I think that Super 8 was a little bit too on the nose. And the fucking alien... And spoilers. Super 8 spoilers. The alien in Super 8 was just like... It just turned into like some weird E.T. thing where it was like, oh, he just wants to go home. It's okay that he murdered everyone and blew up half a town. And like, it was just like, this is weird. Like, I don't know. Like, it just took a weird turn that I was like, I don't know about this. Like, yeah. I couldn't follow it, down that road. But I love that movie. And Film Crit Hulk... Birth Movie's Death, absolutely loved Fury Road as well. Like, oh, what a good movie. I really hope the new one's good, though.
The new Star Wars, the Rogue One?
Yeah, yes. I really hope the next ones are good. I mean, I like Rian Johnson as a director a lot more than J.J. Abrams, so I got hope for 8, the Looper guy, the Brick guy, so...
Yeah, it's from the trailers, the vibe looks so much different. It's like samurai meets like invasion at Normandy type of war movie. It's insane. It's it's gonna be violent and crazy.
Yeah. Yep. Well, but we got to talk about. You talked about VR for a second, TJ.
Yeah.
VR.
Essentially, I have a $20 VR frame you put your phone in.
Oh,
nice. That's the first step. That's the gateway VR.
It is. So far, I've used it for YouTube 360 videos. I watched a bunch of live at Comic-Con Steven Universe concert things. So I was actually in front of the audience, and I could turn around and see them. And then I could also see the performance happening up there as well.
yeah.
It's good stuff.
But it is cool.
The particular one I got is a Google Cardboard compatible frame called Utopia 360.
Okay.
It's I've already broke one particular tiny plastic piece that doesn't matter. But other than that, it works pretty well. I'm not gonna lie, I'm really enjoying what it's actually doing, except for the it's got a multi-function touch button on it that touches your screen for you.
Yeah.
Mine doesn't touch my screen right. So if I have to switch to a different video, I have to open it up to do that. But what do I expect for a $20 headset? But
yeah,
it works well.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's weird. Is it just a plastic lever that taps on the screen when you press a button, or is it?
Yeah. So there's a button on top of the headset. When you push it down, it has a capacitor. I think the tip of one of those styluses you can get for one of those capacitive styluses. Now, when I actually feel it, it feels like the spring that's actually pushing it up is actually on the end of this capacitive thing instead of what would actually cause something. So I think it's not actually touching the screen right. I have a feeling that if I want to fix this, I could probably just get get one of those styluses from the dollar store and just cut the tip off and then put it over the tip of this. And get it rigged. But all in all, it's a good device. I'm liking it.
Yeah.
I've not used it for gaming because I'm not gonna bother. I don't own any games that would do anything with. Although I hear Minecraft Pocket Edition is good to do in VR.
Yes, I have that. Yeah, holy cow, it's weird in VR, and it's actually interesting because they do a bullshit. We're not gonna put you in the full screen move your head around VR Minecraft. We're going to put you in a 3D room where you sit in a a little room and play Minecraft on the screen in VR.
Really?
Because it's this is the not make you throw up mode, and it's no man, I want the full a creeper comes behind me and explodes and I die inside because I couldn't see it, that's what I want. And I just, you can just switch out of that pretty easily. But I was give me that shit.
I need to buy Minecraft so I can use the Vivecraft frame program thing.
Can you buy Minecraft and we can play together because I started playing Minecraft again recently.
Okay.
I wonder how much it costs. Buying it, I think it's
for PC. It's $26.90.
What do you buy on a Windows store?
No, don't buy the fucking Windows one.
No, please don't. Just go to your local. Well,
how do you buy it,
people? Though? Go to your local GameStop. You buy one of a prepaid cards. They're $26.95, and then you basically take the scratch off code. You go to mojang.com, create an account, and once you buy it, you have it forever.
Don't go to Minecraft.net. Go to mojang.com. And buy it from there.
So I'm on Minecraft.
In Illinois, you actually can't buy it online. So
you can get the game for $10.
I mean, unless they fixed it, since Microsoft now owns it. But
how do you buy the Java version?
I don't know.
Because when I go to mojang.com and click on Minecraft PC, It says it just goes to the Windows. Because you want the Java one.
Do I?
Because the Windows 10 version is not the one you want because it doesn't have mods and shit, which is like the best part about Minecraft, is playing the crazy mods and custom maps. Okay.
Oh yeah, and I'm looking at the Vivecraft site, and
I think you need
intended for the original PC Java version.
Correct. Okay, here it is. No, just go to Minecraft.net, $26.95, or the card TJ said, same thing.
Yep.
The Windows 10 Windows one can only be bought through the Microsoft Store. So the one on Minecraft.net is the Java one that you get an account for. Make sure you pick a good password and lock it down, because someone tried to steal my account multiple times. Because I think little kids don't want to pay $27 for Minecraft and just try and steal accounts by spoofing passwords. And I got it back in an instant because I got the email that my password had changed. And I said, no, it didn't. And then they just locked the account and gave it back to me.
Okay, so this is like Oh yeah. Okay, so this is the same site I was on. You just click the Windows link instead of the Windows 10 link.
Don't do Windows 10. Yep, and it works on everything. Because I actually, oh my god, man, if I could, because I used to play Minecraft with Adam, and we would spend hundreds of hours playing it. If I could have someone else to play with, because I started the Agrarian Skies mod pack, which is like a hardcore questing mod, which is a whole new thing in Minecraft. There's a lot of stuff you can do, and a lot of crazy mods that allow you to basically build like rocket ships and nuclear reactors and crazy shit that's not in the base game. And I'm way into that modded stuff, and because it's kind of like Legos, but like let's say the original Minecraft is like Legos, and then like the modded Minecraft is like the Legos with the little robot pack where you could build awesome
Legos
machines.
Mindstorm.
Exactly, it's like Mindstorms. Like it's like takes it to the next level of like craziness, and you can like automate mining and like build crazy machines. Like I don't know, I love that shit in the mods. And Gray and Skies is a hardcore questing pack where you have like a quest book, and like it tells you to build stuff, and then like you build the next thing, and it's just kind of like a different way of like you get a quest, you get quest rewards. They're like random packs and stuff. I fucking love it. But yeah, it's I know. Oh, okay, we could segue because I wanted to talk about this in mine, because Curse, TJ, you know Curse?
Yes. Yep.
They actually well, like Curse that does the mod management for like World of Warcraft and has like it got bought by Twitch, right? Curse did.
Crap, who was it? I don't think it was Twitch. Was it?
I think it was Twitch.
I think it got bought by Amazon.
Yeah, it got bought by Twitch.
Yeah.
And so now they allow you to log into your Minecraft account in Twitch and then handle mods through that, which makes like the modding so much easier. Like before, it used to be like when Adam and I used to play, it would be like, all right, you got to install Minecraft, and then your Minecraft directory, you got to open the directory file and throw all these files in, and then throw these texture files in to redo the textures, and then like make that into a zip file, and then put, and like all this shit, and then when you launch it, it'll like do that. It was like crazy shit. Now literally you can go on Curse, sign in and say, I want the Agrarian Skies 2 mod pack, I want Direwolf, I want the Journey to the Core mod, like all these crazy like quest packs, or the Pokemon mod, or all the other mods, like Wincraft, which is basically like turns Minecraft into like an RPG where you like level and everything, or Mage Quest, which is a questing mod, Pixelmon, like all these crazy like mod packs that you can now play, and literally all you do is just say download and install, and it just does it all for you, and you just hit play. It's amazing. Like Curse is great. The AT Launcher is another program that you can download that does mod management, but it's so much easier than it used to be. Like, I love Minecraft though. It's like my favorite game. I've played so much of it over the years. I was literally playing it until 9:05 because I just got back into it. So yeah, it's kind of.
That's where you were.
Yeah, it literally has got its hooks in me again with this, because I don't know how to describe it. Like, people are like, oftentimes they'll be like, Minecraft, like, oh, it sucks because, like, I don't know. There's no objectives, you know. But like the hardcore questing mode adds like a quest book, and it's like, all right, go get 4 dirt, and you get 4 dirt, and then it gives you like a heart or like a pickaxe and like a random gift bag, and sometimes you get crazy shit in it. I don't know. It just adds like a little bit of like a carrot on the stick to move you through the quest pack. So I'm like way into this new mod, and maybe sometime we'll have to stream it because, you know, Minecraft streaming, that's SEO right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, so hook yourself up with some Minecraft.
I'm going to add a 2-minute addendum to the Pokemon Sun and Moon thing.
Okay, sure.
So people have been getting people have already been pirating copies of Sun and Moon.
Yes.
And one of the things that actually came out of that is that Nintendo has been permanently banning those consoles from any online interactions whatsoever.
Yeah, they're like scorched earth policy.
Yes, which also means that at my work, when I buy 3DSs back, I have to check to make sure that people's 3DS consoles can actually connect to the internet.
That they're not somebody fucking wrecked theirs and then... Yeah.
Exactly. First of all, I 100% support this because, I mean, Sun and Moon. I mean, if you're going to get Pokemon Sun and Moon, you're going to get Pokemon Sun and Moon.
Yeah.
You know, don't pirate a game that they've spent, you know, however much time actually changing up the formula to make it a great game.
Yeah.
But yeah, supposedly there were reports that the bans were only 15 days long, but it is permanent, and even resetting the console will not take away the console ban from network features. So, yeah, that's a thing.
Yeah, that noise is it, man. Don't pirate Nintendo games.
Or at least not new ones.
That's what Pika sounds like in hell. Okay.
I hate Pikachu.
Piss.
Pikachu's my least favorite Pokemon.
I love Pikachu.
I like Raichu.
Raichu's okay.
Especially hoverboarding Raichu from the new game.
Huh. Okay. I gotta move on.
.org.
Move on.org. All right. I'm instead of Science Corner this week, I'm gonna do something else. I have a Science Corner prepared, but we don't have a ton of time. I want to talk about this.
Oh, no.
That made me laugh. Just the sound cue made me laugh. All right, so we gotta talk about this. Let's talk about fake news, and let's talk about the Oxford Dictionary Word of the Year, post-truth.
So, fake news, you're talking about what we do.
Yes, exactly. But here's the thing. So, it turns out this year, the Word of the Year was post-truth, because, you know, the society that we live in is a society of post-truth. And I want to give a humongous shout-out to Captain Disillusion here. If you go on his YouTube channel, he posted like a 40-minute video this month as his video for the month, and it's him dissecting how he makes an episode and how to make engaging, factual stories, because you can just tell someone that something's fake and they're not going to care, or you can make it interesting and people do tune in and their minds change, and I think that's important.
Is that the big talk he had?
Yes, it's really good. Like,
yeah, I watched
it's
that.
Such a good talk.
Too.
He's that guy is a fucking saint. I should try and get him on sometime. You know, maybe he's just not popular enough to come on the show. Like, he's not blown up enough where he would never talk to us. Because I really, like, ever since, I think Aaron, the viewer, kind of turned me on to him. Ever since I've watched that, I've become like an evangelist for this guy. But something that happened with this election, you know, we all are incredulous of what happened, and regardless of who you voted for, one thing was true, is that fake news stories on Facebook were huge. And Facebook said they don't think that their fake news stories that they allowed were a big deal or that they had influence over how the election went. And, honestly, there's no way for us to know. But what we do know is that the total Facebook engagement for the top 20 election stories, based on some work that BuzzFeed did, was in the last August to Election Day, news stories that had turned out to be from fake websites peddling fake news had 8.7 million engagements with viewers on Facebook, and mainstream media news stories of the top 20 were 7.3 million. So from August to November, fake news was more what people were clicking on Facebook compared to real news, which is insane. And Facebook is, people like to rag on Facebook, right? Oh, Facebook, like this shit is crazy. Like they talked about, we're talking fake news stories like WikiLeaks confirms Hillary Clinton sold weapons to ISIS. FBI agents suspected in Hillary email list found dead in apartment in apparent murder-suicide. Like, these were stories that are completely fabricated that were on people's Facebook news feeds without any sort of warning on whether or not, alongside regular news. And then, of course, Mark Zuckerberg went to defend Facebook and say 99% of what people see is authentic. And honestly, that doesn't seem to have been the case, because they're saying 17 of the top 20 performing fake news were overtly pro-Donald Trump or anti-Hillary Clinton. Like, it was an all-out war on truth that happened. And what people decided that they didn't care what the truth was. They wanted to hear what they wanted to hear and clicked on the fake news. And that's kind of sad, anyway. So I just thought it was really interesting because that's kind of come out, and I think that is a big deal. So, regardless of who you're going to support as a candidate, whatever. And I talked to my brother about this, and we don't really talk about politics. I don't know. I'm pretty sure he did not vote for Donald Trump based on what I didn't ask him who he voted for because I think that's a little rude, But based on the conversations we had, it's pretty obvious. But we were both saying just look at the positions, go to the websites, read what the policies are, go get the facts straight from the horse's mouth and make your decisions off that. Don't read ridiculous news stories on Facebook or go to your favorite blog and read the hot takes and take that as your only news source. I think you need to get to subscribe to a newspaper, go to non-partisan sites and read the news. Get the straight dope.
Stories written by people that have the opposite ideology of you.
Yes.
You're liberal, watch Fox News.
Okay. Fox News is pretty
get outside
bad,
of your
though.
bubble. Yeah.
But maybe don't just watch.
You have to seek out opinions that disagree with you.
I mean, how about this? I can't say watch Fox News because that's an echo chamber. I'm saying don't just watch your favorite pundit on YouTube that talks about politics, or your favorite web series, or your favorite website that talks about politics. Go to a CNN or something where they have someone from both sides come and talk. It's not all slanted one way. Make sure you just get it from a variety of sources. So this election caused me to say, how do I get my news? How do I get what I think about? What? And my news I get is reading Gawker websites, reading, before Gawker closed, or going on Fox, or all these, zines, or Atlantic, and all these websites. And I was like, you know what? I need to get a real news source, and I need to get real newspaper. And so I've subscribed to a newspaper because I'm I need to be someone who's paying for media. I want to pay for good reporting. You know what I mean? I want journalism, So I found this out. If you have Amazon Prime, you can get the Washington Post for free for 6 months. You can just look it up as an Amazon Prime benefit. And that's the tablet app or the phone app on the website, like everything they put out. And the Washington Post is incredible. If you remember, I think it was it was Dave Fahrenholt or Mike Fahrenholt that did all of the Trump Foundation reporting this year. God damn it. It's not Blake Fahrenholt. God damn it. David Fahrenholt from the Washington Post did all the awesome Trump Foundation digging about the tax evasion and all that stuff. Like, so the Washington Post is a really good newspaper. I mean, New York Times is good, but I'm just saying this like as a public service announcement. They do some really good reporting, and if you have Amazon Prime, you can try it out free for 6 months, without a subscription. Although I believe if you sign up for it after the 6 months, they'll charge you the monthly rate, which for normies, I think is $8 or $9 a month. But for Amazon Prime subscribers, I think it's $3 a month or $3.50 or something like that. So I was like, I'm going to try this out for 6 months, and read it. And I've been reading it every day. In the mornings as I'm getting ready as my news source, and it's been just good. It's been good to get kind of a real journalism instead of blogs, I don't know. Thoughts? I just ranted for a bit, but thoughts?
What's news? Yeah, I mean that's good. It's just I don't have Amazon Prime, so those kind of.
No, fair enough. I'm just saying a lot of people do, and I probably don't know about that because I talked about it online on a forums, and I was like, and someone was like, "Well, if you got
that we need to be a lot more careful about our sources, and people need to be more skeptical of stuff they're reading on the internet."
Yeah,
but that's with everything.
Yeah, exactly. But that's the thing. Yeah. You shouldn't believe something at face value. Now, when you look at a publication like New York Times or Washington Post or Wall Street Journal, like these places have journalistic ethics that they have to follow. You know what I mean? As paragons of news. You know what I mean? Like the mainstream media has to follow their own rules. You know what I mean? Like, and so you have that precedent set of genuine, like, objective journalism that you see, and that is kind of something you need to look at, and versus going online on blogs where people like to write think pieces or people like to write 2,000 word diatribes about why you're an asshole if you wear a safety pin. Like it, it's just like it's just absolute garbage. Hot, like, blogs are where hot takes are, and that just does no good. Anyway. Oh boy!
Yeah, just don't go on Facebook.
Just you know what? Don't go on Facebook. It's garbage. And you see.
I missed the entire rise and fall of the safety pin thing. So
the fall of the safety pin
I'm a terrible person for not wearing one, and then I'm a terrible person if I wore one.
It was the most absolute bullshit fucking thing, like, ever. Like, people, like, backlashing on that for no good reason as, like, slacktivism, as, like...
Yeah.
It's like, okay, it may be slacktivism, but it's based on the reality of, like, let's say you're someone who's, like, LGBT or an immigrant or, someone of Muslim religious descent. You can walk down the street and just not even engage with someone, but see someone with a safety pin, and know that they are someone who does agree with you and cares about you. It's just a little gesture.
A way to, like, at a glance say, hey, just because I'm a white male doesn't mean I hate you.
Exactly. Because in a world where people are writing, racist slogans and drawing swastikas on fucking public monuments and shit, like, we need a symbol. Like, and it's okay to backlash against slacktivism, sure. People should care. People should engage. But to push against something where someone's trying to engage, it's like in an episode of Seinfeld where Kramer's like, I'm not going to wear the AIDS ribbon. It's an empty gesture. And it's like, people get pissed about it because it's like, it's not just the empty gesture. It's that you're with the group.
Yes,
Yeah.
You show solidarity.
Exactly. That's the word I was going to say. It's solidarity and support.
Yeah, and it's like, okay, you can write your fucking hot take backlash, but, I'm still going to do that. And I'm walking around in Madison the other day, I saw a ton of people wearing it, and it made me feel good. I was like, okay, there aren't all closet crazy people here that hate
for
Muslims.
the longest time, I just didn't understand protests.
Yeah.
Because I thought it was about changing a thing, and I was like, that's not the way you do that. But it's not. It's about reinforcing the community and showing solidarity with other people that feel the same way about you. Mm-hmm. And when that clicked, it was like very recent that clicked, and I was like, oh, I get it. Yeah. It's a human thing. Like, it's how humans human together.
So what? You can rage against people that if you want to write an article that gets clicks and or have some sort of angry thing you want to say about people that choose to wear safety pins, whatever. But wear a safety pin if you want. Don't if you want. I think as far as slacktivism goes, I think wearing a safety pin in public is better than changing your profile picture to like the French flag, or some nonsense that doesn't really do much other than showing a little bit of solidarity online, whereas like the safety pin's a physical in-person thing. Like you could, I'm literally, I walked by some the other day outside that had one on their chest, and I was like, it just made me feel better, like, okay, like there's somebody here. It's kind of like a secret like message, like this is, I'm inclusive. You don't have to worry about me, in a world where clearly all of these people voted for someone who wants to ban Muslims.
So what do I do? Is it just like a regular safety pin, or do I
just wear it?
Special with it.
Pin it on your shirt.
Okay.
I saw someone with a coat and it had a pin just like on their breast, like right.
Might get one of those
like
big ass like for crocheting stuff, like the safety.
The only problem with the safety pin,
6 inches long.
No, the only problem that somebody brought this up was that yes, the punk rockers of the 70s and 80s that did cover their vests and stuff in safety pins are going to be like, hey, that's a punk rock thing. You're co-opting the safety pins. But, I think it's kind of a cool thing. Like, I know people like to...
There is some historical precedent of this as well.
Yeah.
It's actually going back to World War II.
Yeah.
I forget which country it was. I don't think it's Poland. It might be Sweden. I don't think it's one that was fully occupied by Germany, but it was one that was at least under their oversight for a little bit. It was basically they did something similar. I don't know if it was a safety pin, but it was some sort of pin that they're wearing, basically just saying, it was just basically a silent act of, even though Germany's taking over, we are in basically silently defying them. And then once they found out that that's what it was about, they basically made that illegal. So that's actually where this idea came from. And of course, when we do things like this in the US, at the end of the day, someone's going to whine about it and then make it like a bigger deal. Oh, you're not doing anything to help. Because apparently that's
the internet. It's like, people will be mad at you because you're not doing anything, or they'll be mad at you because you're not doing everything.
Yep.
And like, I don't know. It's much more nuanced than that.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm just one like anxiety-ridden, depressed dude in Wisconsin. Like, I can't change the world, so just show me a small thing that I can help with.
Exactly.
And that's good for me.
It's something. If you want to do it, do it. But it's just, I just hate it when people like. I understand pushing back against like slacktivism is kind of like, because that does bother me sometimes, but like wearing a safety pin is putting that out past your echo chamber out into the real world to me. So I feel like that just, I don't know, that just it's not an empty gesture to me. So I just hate it when people, it's like, come on, like, is this really what we need right now? People arguing about how people aren't being supportive enough. It's like, dude, I didn't vote for the guy. What more do you want? Like, I'm doing my part here. I'm voting. I'm getting out there anyway. Yeah. And then of course, fuck. I don't want to talk about the election anymore. It's fucking so awful. Yeah. Like someone posted a Jon Stewart talking about how it's people are out of their minds or just missing the point by labeling all of people who voted for Trump as racist or whatever. And like we said on the podcast, they're not. The analogy I gave him was people were like worried about the economy and worried about their jobs and all that, and that's what they voted with. And my rebuttal to that was like, okay, so like let's say you had a friend that liked to drop the N-bomb every once in a while, and you just sat there and were like, I'm not going to engage. I'm just going to still be his friend because he gets me a discount when I go get my oil changed. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, is that better? Like that you're complicit in this? Like maybe yourself aren't being physically involved in this, but you're saying you don't mind when you do that. You know what I mean? You're saying that's okay, which I think is just as bad. Like you're allowing it to happen without stepping in. I think that's something we were taught in college, right? Like, call people out for that stuff. Like, because that's not right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is it something we were taught in college or something we were taught from watching the movie The Boondock Saints?
Right. What's the point for Boondock Saints? I want to hear this.
The only thing worse than an evil man is the good man who's indifferent to evil. I think you know what? I think one of the priests say that in the movie.
Yeah. You're fucking right. Go with that's better. Go with the Boondock Saints saying. Yeah.
I'm gonna look up that quote because I want to be right on that.
Because that's a good quote.
Yeah, I think it's the old Irish guy that they meet up with.
Yeah.
No, it's the priest in one of his things.
Right.
See, it's
been so long since. Oh man,
we got to end the podcast.
Norman Reedus in that, like.
Wait, he's in that? Oh yeah, he's the guy.
Yeah, Norman Reedus is in there. Yep.
Yeah, just younger.
Yeah.
Shit. Boondock Saints quotes. I'm gonna find
it. I did a physics presentation on that movie.
Okay, so yeah, this is the Monsignor. It's the father of this priesthood here.
Uh-huh.
And I'm reminded on this holy day of the sad story of Kitty Genovese. As you all may remember, a long time ago, almost 30 years ago, this poor soul cried out for help time and time again, but no person answered her calls. Though many saw, no one so much as called the police. They all just watched as Kitty was being stabbed to death in broad daylight. They watched her as her assailant walked away. Now, we must all fear evil men, but there's another kind of evil which we must fear most, and that is the indifference of good men.
Yes. So, like, for a movie that is such, like, an action movie and kind of dumb, that is such a well-put phrase, Like, that is so true. Is that indifference can be just as bad as evil itself, Letting something happen. It's the defense of the war crimes, Like, I was just following orders. It's like, well, that's not good enough. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's still bad. Like, you had a choice and you didn't choose to make a difference, Like, so It is what it is, and that's what I said. I'm just going to call a spade here, So, like, maybe you self aren't racist, but you're okay with someone else being it. You're not going to stop that person from doing it, And I had a discussion with my dad about this, and he was just talking about how, he was talking about a colleague or someone, I don't know, he knew had said something about, how you always call in to help desk and you get one of those towel heads. And he was like, and that caused an uproar. And of course, this guy got like thrown out of his position or whatever in this like volunteer group or some sort of foundation or something. And he was like, that's just the way, people, my age out there talk. And I'm like, okay, yeah, for sure. But that's a mean thing to say, and you shouldn't say it. Like, I understand that's like, it's the point where it's like, okay, like maybe you have a different worldview, but you need to fucking change it. Like, I don't give a shit of what you think is comfortable and safe. Like, you can't say that to people. That's wrong. Like, they're people. You know what I mean? Like, it's just gross. Like, it's just like, I understand where you're coming from. Like, things are different. We're insulated out in the boonies, but it's like, when you say stuff like that, you have to realize there's consequences, and that's what I'm saying. So what I'm saying is call people out on their bullshit. like Captain Disillusion does. Call people out in their bullshit fake hoax videos. When you hear someone say some bullshit about, something that you believe in, call people out on it. That's what I'm saying. Be active.
Yeah, you also have to be careful not to make them defensive, though, because then they'll just double down and you'll both go nowhere.
Different. That's true. But what I'm saying is, don't let people get away with saying stuff. Be like, all right.
Call me out of my crap. I don't care.
Yeah, call people out on crap. It makes me a better person. Fair enough. Don't let people get away with saying bad stuff. It's the same thing that you get taught with bullying. You know what I mean? Like, they talk about this in schools. Is, don't let bullying happen. Don't let people get away with it. That's it. Anyway, what a somber ending to the podcast. I played Titanfall 2. It's a good game.
I haven't played it yet.
I bought it on PS4 because it's been out for 2 weeks and it's already $30 on Amazon.
Yeah, and a lot of it is just because it didn't sell well, even though it's a
It's a fucking amazing game.
Both
it just got overshadowed by Battlefield, didn't it?
Yep.
Actually, to talk about Titanfall 2, it came out the week between Battlefield's release and Call of Duty's release.
Yep.
So, so people were talking about why didn't they not just wait to put this out until February or January when there's a big.
Yep.
So I don't know. Hopefully it'll last until then. They're doing a couple sales. I think EA says that they support the series, but there was an interview with oh my god, I have to find the exact quotes here so we can end this with something funny because the exact quotes of this Titanfall 2 interview with the creator is insane.
While you're looking that up, my Persona 5 got delayed, so it's not coming out on Valentine's Day anymore.
I know, I saw that.
I don't care. Give me time to play For Honor.
Yeah, okay, here it is. The interview with, on Glixel.com, Titanfall 2 creator, Vince Zampella. He said, do you think you're getting enough support from EA? Respawn owns Titanfall while EA owns Battlefield. You once suggested you were concerned that publishers will put more of their muscle behind the games they own rather than your games as a publisher. He said, it's always a concern, that's what I'll say, especially when you have two games on top of each other.
Yeah.
Will you make another Titanfall game? He says, EA has previously said, we're committed to the franchise. He says, we don't know yet. The game is critically a huge success. We're really happy with the reviews and the positive sentiment. Sales, it's too early to tell. We definitely like to tell more of the story in the universe. It's pretty safe to assume we'll explore more of it. EA may have announced more. Devin, ? The publicist interjects, we've said we've committed to the franchise. Vince, in the interview, on the record, says, yeah, so whatever the fuck that means. We're committed to the franchise. It sounds like he's not very happy with EA's support here, so, good for...
Yeah, but with good reason, though.
Honestly, maybe they should support... the game did critically so well. It's just such a good game. I love it.
And I have a feeling, it's going to get that sort of after support and that after, just people oh, Titanfall's been out, I hear good things, and it's going to get like what Rainbow Six is getting. Mm-hmm. Rainbow Six Siege is getting a ridiculous population boost in the past 2 months for no frickin' reason. Yeah. I don't know why.
I really do hope it's got kind of the long tail because I've been playing it on PS4 and god damn is it a joy to play.
Yeah, it's installed on my Xbox One. I've not touched it yet.
Just the movement and the jumping around and jump jets and jumping at giant robots and shooting rockets and punching dudes. Oh,
which is exactly what everyone's complaining about Call of Duty about, but Titanfall's all about that.
Yeah. So bornintheeighties.net is the website. You can leave comments there, like us on Facebook, share it with your friends. That's the best way. If you want to hear your friends want to feel better about the election, and they want to hear us ranting, they can listen to the last episode. I think we did a pretty good job commiserating the end of this episode.
Turn it onto a zip disk and give it to your grandma.
Yeah, she can hear. Watch this on the radio machine.
It'll fit on a zip disk. Just install Winamp. We're all good.
Yeah, get Winamp on your grandmother's old computer.
Teach her about skins.
Anyway.
All those Winamp skins.
Yes, hot ass Winamp skins. Alright, well. Anyway, thank you guys for listening. That's it. We didn't get any listener comments, I don't think. I just want to say that.
Because we just get them during the show now.
Well, someone on our Facebook page, someone on the Born in the 80s Facebook page left a comment, and they liked the page. And I learned a little bit about this, too, because I was worried. They left a comment saying, hey, are you guys the band from Hamilton?
No.
I know, right?
What?
I know, right? I don't know how to messages. Here we go. Let me get the exact message from the... Leslie Ann says, hey, y'all the band from Hamilton? Work at the Mule too? Question mark?
I mean, it does say Born in the 80s podcast.
It does say Born in the 80s podcast on the page. And we're the podcast. There might be a band called Born in the 80s. But I looked up trademark law. Did you know how trademark law works?
Not exactly.
It's fucking incredible. Good. God bless America. So trademark works is first person to post something with that trademark gets it. That's how the legal works. So you can file for a trademark, but that only helps you in a lawsuit. So like even if you were the first person to file a trademark, but like you put out like a Born in the 80s podcast 5 years after we put ours out, you might get the upper hand initially, but if we went to court, we would win. I mean, it's just that easy. Whoever uses it first gets it, you know, so. And it's just like copyright. Use it or lose it. So if you don't use your trademark, you lose it. So But anyway, there's nothing else named Born in the 80s. There was that Milo song that came out about the same time we started.
This person.
Hell
yeah.
Anyway, I'm gonna reply Hamilton ? Must be the name of the
I'm
song.
gonna say hell yeah. Let me say hell yeah.
I responded. So anyway, I don't want to lead someone on. That's mean. All right. Anyway, we're done. Good night.
Bye-bye.
TJ,
Yeah,
let's talk.
I'm a model. You know what that means as I do my little turn on the catwalk.
Good.
On the catwalk.
I'm having a stiff bourbon.
Yeah, that is on some strong rocks, because I'm definitely hearing those rattle. It's nice.
Yeah, hear them rocks rattle.
Rattle them rocks!
Get that
Rattle them
paper.
rocks. It's some Eagle Rare bourbon. It's the cheap stuff, but... I've got that. I've got a Lake Louie, and I got an Angry Orchard. All lined up for you.
I've got a water bottle, and an RC Cola, and a Sunkist orange soda.
Nice. It's a little different, but kind of similar in some ways.
Yeah. It will all kill me in the end.
Anyway.
I've got beer and cold medicine and red velvet cream cheese Oreos.
Yeah.
Really?
I'm sad.
That's a thing?
Yeah. Yeah!
I totally want some.
I think they might be like a forever flavor now, because I got them a long time ago, and then I just got them tonight again. They're so good.
No, Brett, there's not a half drink water of questionable age. So this one's fresh.
Fresh water.
I really like having people in chat.
Yeah. All right. That's the clap. Means we're going. We're going to start the recording.
We've got the clap.
Okay.
Please take that out of context.
Yep, we'll do. Welcome to...
Ready?
Oh, come on! Matt.
Proceed.
I gotta get them all out before the recording starts. Fuck. Alright, I'm ready. Perfect. revoke your privileges.
And I am reminded on this holy day of the sad story of Kitty Genovese. As you all may remember, a long time ago, almost 30 years ago, this poor soul cried out for help time and time again, but no person answered her calls. Though many saw, no one so much as called the police. They all just watched as Kitty was being stabbed to death in broad daylight. They watched as her assailant walked away. Now, we must all fear evil men. But there is another kind of evil which we must fear most, and that is the indifference of good men.
That's mean!